All right, so today we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're actually gonna be going out on the kayak instead of the boat back there. And instead of trot lining, I'm gonna go ahead and go around all the different pilings around my house to see if I can catch some crabs. Now, it's gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna have a catch basket, which is gonna be a bucket up front. I'm gonna have a keeper basket in the back. And then I'm also gonna have just my net and then my camera equipment. Of course, I'm gonna have a glove to pick up the crabs, you know, my measuring stick to measure them, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple and I'm gonna see how many I catch. So I used to do this all the time as a kid. So I lived in a bigger marina where basically, you know, you had an unlimited amount of piling that you could check. You know, now not all those pilings produce, and so like those shallow water pilings, like the one over there, the ones over there, I feel like they're not going to produce as well. Oh, look at that right there, first crab, just swimming by. So that one's a female. We're going to let her go. But just swimming by, there is a crab. Look at that. That's crazy. All right. I mean, off to a start at least. Let's go. If you ever use one of these pedal drive kayaks, it is an absolute game changer for this kind of stuff. Like I got this Old Towne Kayak from Facebook Marketplace and paid, I think, like mid $1,000 for it. And it is worth every single penny if you like kayak fishing. I mean, it is unreal how easy it is to pedal these around. So these are the pilings we're going to be looking at. So far, I'm not seeing much. This might be a strikeout. Little needle-nosed gar swimmer. That's cool. We're just going to go slowly around here. Check them all out. A lot of times they come in spurts too, so if you get one, normally there's a few around it too. There's one right there. You can barely see it. I'll come back around instead of trying to do that. I see a different one. I see one back there. Looks like they're actually on the back of the pilings. That's interesting. So we're going to circle back around. I saw one on the back side that looked like it might be our first keeper, but it's going to be a difficult little net job there. Let's see if we can do it. Kind of see he's right there on that back side. Slowly come up, try not to scare him. Oh, missed. That was a tough one. All right. Well, that was a miss. Try. Yeah, when they're on the back side of those pines, they can be a little bit tougher. I think I see another one all the way on the real back side of this one. Tough. But we'll just keep going. Here's one. Little guy. I think there's one on that. Back up, because there might be one right here on this flat. I can't tell for sure though. Try that. Just some growth on that one. So right now, I'm only 1 for 3. I saw the one swimming, caught that one. Off the pilings, I'm 0 for 2 right now. There's another little guy. Honestly, I'm going to net him anyways, just so I can get scraps. There we go. There's one. Another female. You can tell it's that female because of the underside there. And we don't keep females. So we got some practice netting though, because those first 2 net jobs weren't good. There again. I think this might be another female. Look at that, another female. Oh, that's the females. This would be a different story, wouldn't it? Tons of females, and all those females are mature females. So they'll be heading down the Chesapeake Bay to spawn. Before they actually spawn, though, they're going to be. There we go. Before they head down to Chesapeake Bay to spawn, they'll actually winter over in the lower Chesapeake Bay, buried down in the mud, and spend their time down there, and then they'll head out to the ocean and drop their egg. So, pretty long journey for them. There's another one here. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Section that we'll go through these and measure them and make sure they're keepers. Put it in our basket in the back, I guess. The plan is just to go all the way down this a few times. They don't take long to come back to the pilings too. So if you miss one or there's not much on them, there's a little tiny one there. Then sometimes when you come back around, if the tide changes or something happens, how you doing? You can find what you're looking for. Female on the back side there. Coming up on one here that might be a keeper. Throw up on it. I think this is going to be a female again. Yep, missed it, but it's definitely a female again. Got away from me there. Whew. It is getting hot already. So 2 possible keepers. Check those in a second. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but there's a big old terrapin right there. Here's another crab. There we go. So far, not too bad. Not too bad at all. You're just looking, there's one down there. You can barely see it. We scooped them up. A little female, tons of females out there. That's pretty crazy that there's that many females. Normally that means that the water is a little bit saltier than fresh when you're getting this many females around. And honestly, this time of year, you start seeing more too, especially down here. You start seeing more and more females show up on the trout line and the pots and stuff like that up here. This one looks like a male. Miss. Oh, that was a miss. So that definitely was a male. Backside, that's going to be a female. I can just tell already from underneath there. From the apron under the water. Won't even mess with it. How you doing? Good. Keep checking around all these ones too. See what we got. Trying to make this tight turn. It's a little tricky. All right. I don't have a fish finder on here, so I'm not sure if there was like a certain depth that was doing better. Sometimes if you can target a certain depth, look at that one. Stupid. That's doing a little better. I see a few here, so we're going to go ahead and add them. So there's one right there, so one back in this corner. Let's see what we can do. Male. Nope. That one. I can see this getting tricky on a kayak. You going out stretch for that crab. It reminds me of a kid when I grew up in Minneapolis. I was doing exactly this, but on a pier. I remember going for a crab that just was out of reach. Just out of reach. Next thing you know, I was down in that water. Luckily, someone walked by and actually got me out of there because I couldn't stand. I was only 7, 8 years old when it happened, so one of those things that, in hindsight, pretty darn lucky the way it worked out. Stuff right there. Most of these today have been doublers that have been getting off the islands. Most of the female crabs have been peelers too. Sometimes you can catch a soft shell crab with them, with the males that you're catching as doublers. But most of the time I see them, I'm seeing them as peelers. Now, recreational crabbers in Maryland can't keep the female peelers. If you're a commercial crabber, you could. With me, a recreational guy doing this, I definitely cannot. Get close to these rocks. We're going to get away from this edge. I'm pretty sure these rocks come out a little farther than I feel comfortable. All right, let's go around the corner here. Try it again. Actually, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do a little quick measurement here. Close up our dry box storage. Let's do a quick measurement of what we got so far. We'll throw some in that back basket there. All right, that's not too bad. Let's see if any of these are keeper size. I'm not a fool. I'm always going to wear my glove to pick these guys up. So right now it's 5 1/4. We'll do some measurements. There's a 5-incher. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a maybe. It's short, just short. So if it was still 5 inches, it'd definitely be a keeper. It's 5 1/4, not a keeper. And I got doubt for all of these other ones too. So we'll see. Definitely not. That's a female. And the rest are all pretty small. All right. So what do we get? We got 3 so far. That's not horrible. It's definitely been worse. So let's keep rolling around here and see what else we can catch. Yeah, there's not a shortage of pilings around this place. Makes it pretty easy to do it. I've noticed too, a lot of people that work here will come down and fish in crabs. So I can see like there's 2 crab pots sitting there. I saw a guy fishing over there. Most of them are really, no, not most of them, all of them are really nice. Never been told to not fish a crab around here, so. I also don't disrespect the area and leave line hanging around or anything like that. And I think that's one of the biggest things. You just gotta respect where you are and what you're doing. I could definitely see it being an issue if you're leaving all types of crap around or jumping on their property or stuff like that. Now, property owners are different. You know, I'm gonna crab different places that I know have some crabs present, but how you doing? I can see one over there I'm trying to get to. Sometimes turning this jalopy is hard. We'll back up to it then. There we go. I can actually see two right here. Oh, too cute with that. And that's a female. There's actually a bunch right here. It's probably why they have the crab pots out here. Another female. There's one swimming right there. You can see it. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna get out of the way here. I think I missed the one. That was gonna be a really good one right there, but c'est la vie. There's one right there. There's a lot in this corner here. I don't know if it's a different depth or what it is, but there's been more in this corner than any other part today. That looks like another female to me. But we will scoop it and see. Oh, no, we won't. We will not scoop it. We'll just hit it with the net and hope for the best. Do 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 do. There's one super deep. Nah, it wasn't one. Guess it wasn't one. Definitely some smaller ones on these pilings. Like tons of smaller ones I'm seeing. There's one in that back corner there. Let's see if we can't slow down and get him. There we go. What do we have there? Another female. That is a huge female. Huge, huge female. I can hear my crabs back there. One of the cool things about this kind of crabbing is you can actually do this. Like on Wednesday, crabbing's closed to recreational crabbers. And that applies to like trot lines and things like that, and nets. Or sorry, and traps, but it doesn't apply to hand lines, and it doesn't apply to this. So theoretically, theoretically, this could be what you do on Wednesdays. You know, another fail there. Maybe I should stop talking and start focusing on what I'm trying to do here. Definitely a lot more smaller crabs on this side, which is funny. There's a female. I can tell that's a female because of that color of the shell too. Alright, that looks like something we can deal with right there. Let's try to get this guy. I'm going to focus extra hard. I'm going to back up. I'm going to try to catch this. And I'll still miss it, I bet, but it gets hard when they're in these little crevices like this. You almost have to trick them out and then scoop them before they get away. Alright. Kind of tickle them out a little bit. And then let go. There we go. I'm going to try to get the female out right away and just keep the male. Back in the saddle. That wasn't too bad, now was it? Another female there. There we go. That was the trip. I'm not quite sure if I'd do it again. I mean, I got 6 crabs. It was nice to get out there on the kayak and stuff, but if I'm looking for a lot of crabs, I'm definitely just gonna put out traps off my pier, or I'm gonna go out and do the trot line or something like that. Was it fun? Yeah, it was nice to get out there. It was fun to get a little bit of a challenge in, and I caught some nice crabs too. Now, one thing I really noticed, most of the crabs that were on the pilings today were either females or they were doubled up, meaning there was a male and a female together. So it must be that time of year where they're really doubling up. There's about to be a bunch of soft shell crabs is what that tells me, because when they double up like that, the female is gonna be soft within the next few days, or is gonna be shedding her shell within the next few days. So being out there and seeing all those doublers tells me that we should be getting some soft shell crabs soon. So I'll be checking a lot, so make sure you're checking. I'll be checking a lot around in the shallows and in my different pots to see if I get any more soft shell crabs, because you know I love some soft shell crabs.